These were some of the things that we were given when we left Vanuatu last week. It doesn't seem like a week ago. Is this on? It's on. Okay. Luini and I are dressed in the Vanuatu dresses. So, if there's anything you've got to hide, wear a Vanuatu dress. Alan's got some pictures for us. Here we go. This is where Leon and I slept while we were over there. We could have been on a concrete floor with a 2-inch foam mattress that somebody had graciously given up for us, but we chose to stay in a little tent with a proper blow-up mattress. And we were reasonably comfortable, except that we did have heavy rain one night and a little bit of water got in the tent. And unfortunately, in the morning, Leon found his wallet and his little video camera sitting in the puddle. So this is the hut that we were... This is a kitchen. The big one's the kitchen. The small one's where the men sit and yah after the meal. Next picture will show us inside. Oh, this is some of the food that they just decorated the food up beautifully, and we were looked after very well. This is in the kitchen. You can see that although there's some primitive things, everybody has a mobile phone. Here's some of the food that was brought to donate to us. We had tomatoes every meal. Here's one of the ladies helping. This is our shower block. And inside the shower block, there was something to wash yourself with. This was our toilet, and I've actually shown you inside the toilet. They had actually made for us a proper stool. Mostly they just squat over a hole with a plastic seat on it. So that was absolute luxury. It actually had a concrete floor as well. So on our way every night we would go down this road, usually in a truck, but sometimes I walked. This lady is Rosina. She was the head of the Dorcas. She also helped with the cooking for us. And the next picture shows her house. She had the nicest house on the whole island. I think I never saw a nicer one. So she was fairly rich. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but next to that there was coconuts, and she and her husband own a coconut plantation. This picture of the sky is in answer to a prayer. It was just starting on the wet season, a bit early, but we prayed with the kids and we prayed with people, Lord, please don't let it rain tonight. We wanted the people to come to our site, and where Leon was speaking was almost open air, and people had to walk through the rain to come there, so it would stop people from coming. We prayed. It was raining when we left. There was heavy clouds. That's what it was like before we got there. This is the site. Now, if you look up in this corner, you can see just faintly there's a sheet hanging up. That was the screen. And the seats are 2 lengths of bamboo, which were very nicely constructed, a bit more comfortable than 1 length of bamboo. And that was full every night. This was Leon's translator here, and he was able to gobble away in Bislama. When they pray, it's Papa God. Luini will tell you about the kids that we were helping.
Okay. Well, this is our morning service, worship. Our morning service, and we walk from our site to this. This is the school, isn't it?
This is actually at the school.
Oh, yeah, right. This is the school. This little girl right in the front, she's very good. She's our helper sometimes when the teacher is not around. And they're singing a song, and in the front, that's Katie's hand teaching the song about love. And the next one, that's me doing the flannel craft story of Noah. And Leon is at the back of the blue sheet, helping bring out the sheets, the picture of the flannel craft. This is the story of Noah. And this is the minister's house? Okay. I think I better give it to you.
That's the minister's house. That's where the minister and his wife and his 3 kids were sleeping, and any other visitors that were too far away from home, which was included the minister's wife's 2 sisters and their children. This is for Lee.
Got to have a word in here somewhere, right? This is the Sabbath was a big day. It was a baptism. They'd built a baptismal font, which I'll show you in a minute. And this was the hungy. Well, I forgot what they called it, something beginning with B. But it was a hungy. They dug a big hole in the ground, killed a cow in the church grounds, and this was their celebration, Sabbath lunch, in that hole over there. That's what the hole is, under that shelter. Ah, it could very well be. I can't see. My eyes are not that good. Next. And this is they put all their taro and yams or whatever in these baskets and put them in the hole overnight to get cooked. And there was heaps and heaps of food. They had to feed 250 people the next day, which they did out of this hole. Anyway, next one. We better keep moving here. They're preparing the food there and cooking a bit of meat on a stick. It's their idea of a spit. Now, this is the baptismal font which they built in the middle of the school ground. They normally baptise in the ocean, but on this is the first time they've ever had a baptismal font because it was too difficult to shift the 4 churches around the place to the beach. So they all came here. Baptismal font, the stairs of all bamboo and stuff. They lined it, as you can see, with a waterproof blanket. And yes, we filled it with buckets. Must have been about 2 tons of water in there, so 2,000 litres of water, and it all came out of tanks. Now it got wrapped up like a Christmas present. That's the Sabbath. That's what it was like on Sabbath. In the middle of this freshly mown lawn, there was the baptismal font, and then the people began to arrive. That shelter over there is that's the food. That's the servery. That over there, and on Sabbath, people lined up for 2.5 hours to get a plate of food, and it all come out of that pit. This is the church, and I'm not quite sure what's going on. This is last Sabbath, yeah. And Katie preached, yep. Okay, yep. Katie's in deep thought here because she prepared quite a powerful talk on the Adventist Church through the ages, sort of thing, and she made an appeal at the end of it. And a strong appeal. These are the baptismal candidates. There were 8 of them, 7 of them baptised only on the day. But in the appeal after the baptism, there were 17 more preparing for baptism. So it's a very good result. We felt that we had a great time with the churches. It was a strengthening of the current church. Going back through the teachings and the prophecy and all that sort of stuff. This is on the Sabbath. Inevitable dogs around the place looking for a morsel of food. They seem to live on coconuts and yams, these dogs. We're looking at the font, that's it. Keep moving there. Katie's back. After the ceremony. It's a very lovely ceremony. That thing is filled with water, and these frangipani petals are all over it, and it was just a wonderful high day this particular day. There's people looking at the baptism. Okay. Here, you take it.
That lady putting her hand up was responding for baptism next time. Because the minister spoke after the baptism and asked other people that wanted to come forward, and there were 17 people who put their hand up for baptism next time. Oh, of course not, but the air was. While the baptism was going on, somebody was yelling out over the loud holo, "Hey, you fellas, get up there and open up the ground, we need the food, it's got to be on the table." So some fellas rushed up there and dug out and pulled back the banana leaves, and out came the baskets of food, which were then taken over to that little blue shelter and put on a long table. That's after the event, these people under the mango tree where they normally have their fellowship lunches were sitting there waiting for their food to begin, because we were sitting like kings and queens around a table and we had to be served first.
Our time is gone. I just want to say thank you very much. There are a number of you people who contributed toward this trip, and I just want to say thank you. I hope that I'm hoping that what we've said today will encourage some of you to join us next year. We do intend to go back next year to the island of Santo, and we'd love you to come with us. I think we better close things off.